Alright, so this application is called PlanOps Maps, which is highlighted on the top left of my screen right now. This is a web browser application, so anyone with a PC or technically cell phone can run this application. Um, Literally, I say it's an application, it's just a web browser thing. You can pull it up, PlanOps Maps. Um, I'm going to the map of Anazay, which is the next map that my unit's going to be operating on. I'm going to create a tactical map. I'm going to name it sample operation or whatever I want to name it. I can completely choose to ignore the orbats, but you can set one up and pick them. These are public orbats that are preset. I'm going to just go with none. And then what I get is the map and I get some tools. So right now, just for an example operation, I'm going to zoom in on this town over here. The first thing I like to do, excuse me, is plan my AO. So if I'm going to operate on this town, I'm going to mark a couple of grids in which we're planning on operating in that area. This is where my expected engagement area is going to be. So I can make that like super big out here on the left if I want to, or I can keep it tight. With there being a hill here, um, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my area of operation start here and run up full length grid squares. So this is going to be a 200-meter line right here on the grid squares. So I'm making a literally 200-meter by 200-meter box for my planned area of operation. Now, whoops, hold on. I clicked on the other end of that. There we go. So now I have a box in which I expect to operate. So if I want to put an OP up here at the top of this hill, viewing down on the town, that's within the area of operation. And what this does is this tells like all of the teams where we're expected to take contact or where our expected engagement is supposed to be for the op that we have planned out. Um, You can also use this box as a control for your air support. You can let them know it's in the box or outside of the box, whatever their engagement is. You can use the box. You can make gates. So if I want to make entry gates for air, I can switch these to blue, and then I could call them like my. Why did I do that one? That one needs to not be there. Hold on one second while I set this up. These can be my entry gates for aircraft. So if I said aircraft, I want you to enter via the northwest gate, and I want you to exit via, if I make a gate down here, the southwest gate. You can do that. That way, if there is, for whatever reason, like anti-air behind this hill over here on the east side, um, they can stay away and out of range of that anti-air. Um, This is the same concept of I want you to enter via IP whatever. So if you have like a waypoint out here that you want to call IP, oh whoops, that's not the name, that's the rotation, IP West or whatever. You could set that up and make that. I like to have all my air stuff be blue. So if you want to set it up that way, you can set it up that way, however you want to do it, but this is just an example. Now, as far as infantry goes, the things I'm going to be marking are like waypoints, rally points, and intended routes. So let's start with the intended route. So if I wanted to set a route going to base, what I'm taking to get to the AO is I'm going to do green line usually for infantry. So these are going to be straight great lines. They don't have to be super precise on the road. There is no map drawing feature in the base game of Arma Reforger, unfortunately, because you get a maximum of 9 lines, and sometimes you need more than 9 pencil marks on your map to draw a route. So right here I'm drawing a rough route. This can be screenshotted and submitted when you set up a op order on your Discord server. So this is just an example of what a route might look like. If you want to spend more time making it more precise, like right here, you'll notice it doesn't follow the roads at all. It's just kind of like a point-to-point ordeal, just so people know, okay, we have to take this series of roads to get to where we're going. This should get everyone on the same page for getting set up and what intended route they're going to be taking. So now you have, this is our friendly airfield as an example. We're going to take this green route up to the north sector, and this is our entry point into the AO, is right there. So that's all of our pre-planned stuff. Then what you can do is you can set up within the box like OPs and stuff. So if I want to do OP East Hill or whatever, you got OP East Hill. I'm going to make that in green because I like all my infantry stuff to be green. If you want a staging point, you can do staging point, same thing. So we'll do SP North, whatever. And then what we can do additionally is if let's say we start assault here or whatever, we could put down waypoints. So there's walls right here on the map. So maybe that's a strong point that we need to make or get to. So we'll do waypoint 1 to get to there. Waypoint 2 could be this structure just outside of town. And we'll just keep running that. And then let's say waypoint 3 is this intersection. So we can relay to command as we push forward into the town. Waypoint 4, boom, boom, yada, yada. Waypoint 5. And then let's say the intersection of the town is waypoint 6. So as you progress through the mission, you can give command updates on waypoints until you push through and clear out this town all the way to like waypoint 7 or whatever right here. And then you know the town is eliminated and secure or whatever. If I wanted to, I can put down enemy markers to be like, this is obviously where our enemies are. So if I go hostile, boom, we can place known enemy positions down. If we have a blocking force from QRF, like let's say we need to cut off this road and we have friendly blocking force, we can do a like friendly or a neutral, but we're going to do friendly for blocking force, and we can say it's protection. Let's see, what do we have? Engineering. We could say, okay, let's say we have a mechanized blocking force. You can literally get that symbol, place it, and that way we have it labeled on the map. We have a mechanized infantry unit over here acting as a blocking force. And then even if you wanted to, you can add sticky notes like so and be like blue for blocking force, and then you can have that labeled on the map if you wanted to. I think that takes up a lot of space and I personally don't like it, but it's all preference. You can do measurements, you can do lines, obviously, we've done all that stuff. You can edit things, so if you need to adjust your AO, you can edit the points, and like if you need to cut off half of this grid square for some reason, you can do like so, and then you can add another line from here to here, and then you have a modified AO. Other things that I like to do for infantry is if shit gets hot and we need to pull off target, is set up rally points. And I like my rally points in yellow so that they are obvious as to what they are, because nothing else is really yellow. So I'm going to do RP northeast here. So if shit gets hot and we need to pull off like from waypoint 1, oh fuck, they're going to start assaulting us. There's too many dudes here. We weren't ready for it. We're going to pull off to RP northeast. And then air has free authority once we start pulling off. Everything south of waypoint 2, you guys are cleared hot on, or whatever, and they can just start bombarding anything that's trying to chase you guys. And I like to set up 3 of them at all times if able, so I would set up like an RP west can be like, let's meet at this hilltop here, would be RP west, so RP west, Or if I wanted to do a rally point RP north, we can do this intersection up here. Or however you guys want it to be. And then when you're moving through towns, things like once we get to waypoint 2, if we were to clear out this compound and we wanted to control it, you can set up things like defensive positions or DPs, and we'll call this just DP1. I like to do those in blue, that's what I'm used to doing them as, but you can do them as whatever you want to do, as long as everyone's on the same page as to what it is when we get there. Let's say we get to waypoint 4 and there's a tall building here that we know about, we can call that DP2. And what those are is if we have an assaulting element moving through, let's say we have 3 teams of 4, so we'll have 2 assaulting elements and then we have 1 team that can set up like an Overwatch. That team has like a marksman or a saw or both or whatever. Um, they can be the DP guys, set up those defensive positions after the assault team clears the building, and we set them up so that they can watch, like from DP1, they watch this entire road. So as we move through and clear whatever we need to clear, we're covered from that angle. And then once we get over to here, we can be like, hey, we need you over here. There's a tall building that can overlook waypoint 5 and south of that. So I'll have you guys set up over there. Um, I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head at this time, but that kind of outlines how to use the PlanOps maps program, how to do your route, your AOs, waypoints, staging points or stopping points, Overwatch positions, waypoints, defensive positions, enemy markers, friendly markers, and rally points. So there you go.